You think you know your product cost. You've checked your ingredients, your raw materials, added packaging, maybe even estimated delivery, but you don't. And that's the reason you're selling like crazy, but your bank account still feels empty. In this video, I'm going to show you the 3 hidden cost phases most business owners with physical products completely ignore. How to finally calculate your real product cost without guessing, and why leaving out even 10% of your costs could be draining millions every single month. Not capturing phase 3 costs is actually the most dangerous. If you're new here, I am Ijoman Dukwe, CEO Bubes Foods and a product business coach. After over a decade running a product-based business, I can tell you underpricing is not always about being too nice or afraid to charge more. Most times, it's simply because you don't actually know your real product cost. You're counting the obvious stuff, the flour, the fabric, the jar, the label, but the silent costs, they are eating into your profit without you noticing. And here's the thing, if your cost calculation is incomplete, your price will always be wrong. Wrong price equals wrong profit. And wrong profit means you're stuck no matter how many sales you make. I get it. Nobody taught you how to truly cost your product. So you cost in your head. You use averages. You pull numbers from last month's batch, ignoring price fluctuations from your suppliers or even your production errors. But here's the real danger. Even being 10% off in your costing means you're underpricing and losing money by the millions every month. And that gap is why you feel like I'm working so hard, but the money never stays. Guesswork might work for baking banana bread at home, but it doesn't work for building a profitable product business. And in a few minutes, I'll show you the first cost most entrepreneurs miss, and it actually starts before your product even exists. Most physical product entrepreneurs think costing starts when production starts. When you start mixing, sewing, baking, or bottling. But that's actually wrong. Your cost journey starts the moment you begin preparing to make that product. And it does not end until the customer is holding your product in their hands. This is why I teach my clients in the Cost-to-Profit program the 3-phase cost system to make sure you capture every cost from idea to delivery. Phase 1, pre-production costs. This is the first chapter of your cost story, and it's where the leaks usually start. Your pre-production costs include, but not limited to, vendor sourcing. You want to ask yourself questions like, how are you sourcing your vendors? Trade shows, phone calls, online. What are the associated costs to how you source your vendors? The transportation costs if you're going for a trade show, accommodation, the data if it's online, staff salary, your time, and all of those things need to be accounted for. Purchasing of raw and packaging materials. This is the actual buying of your materials with its associated costs. Logistics. This is a cost that's associated with the movement of your raw and packaging material to your facility, be it your home, be it your factory, wherever it is that you're producing from. Transportation costs from your supplier, dispatch fees, fuel, courier costs, third-party delivery charges or pickup costs, whatever the cost is. Transport is not free just because you're the one driving. The next is the storage and inventory costs. This is the cost associated with how you store and manage your raw materials before production starts. What is the cost implication associated with storing your production materials? Are you storing on-site or off-site? Is there increased rent because of increased space? Is there increased energy cost? You need to think through this in details. Are you paying any staff to manage inventory? Do you update your inventory cost as supplier prices fluctuate? Pre-production is not free. When you skip it in your costing, your pricing will never be right. Phase 2, production costs. Now, this is the part you're most familiar with, but you're probably still undercosting it. Because beyond raw materials, you have your energy costs. So your fuel, electricity, gas, diesel, listed. Labor costs, staff salaries, or contractor fees, the production staff that you hire during production. Your consumables, gloves, the foil you need to wrap, thread, baking paper, anything used in production but not in the final product needs to be accounted for. If it gets used during production, even if it is not in the final product, it's a cost you must account for. Phase 3 costs. Your post-production costs. Here's the phase almost no one counts. Once the product is made, the clock is still ticking and your costs are still climbing. Most product-based entrepreneurs stop counting costs once the product is made. But here's the truth. A product that's still sitting in your store, on your shelf, or home has not started any new money yet. It's still costing you. This is your post-production phase. And ignoring it is one of the biggest reasons you feel like the money never stays. Let's break the post-production phase into 5 cost categories you can't afford to overlook. Number 1, warehousing and finished product storage. Where do you keep your finished products? Whether it's your living room or a warehouse, it comes at a cost. The storage containers, the shelving, cooling equipment, freezing, drying equipment, extra rent, energy costs. This is for your finished product. Space that could have been used for something else and you're using it to store should be accounted for. Spoilage or waste from poor conditions. Even if it's a corner of your house, if it limits you or risks your product, it's not free. Number 2, marketing and customer acquisition. You spent money to make that product, but it won't sell itself. Think of all the ways you get in front of your customers. The Instagram ads you run, the flyers, the photo shoots, influencer gifting, free samples or bundle promos, content creation and design. If you just don't include marketing in your cost, every sale comes with silent resentment because you're funding visibility from your own pocket. Number 3, your sales channel costs. How you sell affects what it costs to sell. And if you're not pricing for it, you're shrinking your profit. Here's what that looks like. Retail store commissions, shelf fees, packaging upgrade that you do in the retail stores. They have to be accounted for. Wholesaler bulk discounts, logistics coordination, all of those should be accounted for. Direct to consumer costs, your website hosting fees, your data costs, payment processor charges. Each sales channel has its own cost to serve. Know it so that you can price for it. Number 4, delivery and distribution. Getting your product into a customer's hands is not free. And if you cover it without charging for it, that's profit slipping through the cracks. So these costs include dispatch riders, way bills, transport, fuel, especially for self-delivery, special packaging for protection during transportation, follow-up messages, or customer service time. Every naira you spend delivering what you've already produced must be covered, or you're paying to fulfill a sale. Number 5, administrative expenses. This is the invisible work that keeps your operations running. And yes, it's a cost, even if you're the one doing it. So, staff salaries, your time managing WhatsApp calls, WhatsApp messages, customer service, internet, software tools, your equipment repairs. Just because you do the admin yourself does not mean it doesn't cost the business something. Until your product reaches the customer's hands, it still costs you money. If you don't cost for all 3 phases, pre-production, production, post-production, your costs will always be incomplete. And of course, that means your prices will always be incomplete as well. And when your price is incomplete, your profit will always feel like it's missing, because actually it is. Every time you underprice, you silently overpay with your time, your energy, and your peace of mind. Dear product-based business owner, you did not come this far to build a business that only looks successful on the outside but doesn't pay you. If you're ready to finally cost your products fully, price with clarity, and keep more profit, join me in my free Cost-to-Profit Masterclass. We'll go deeper into each cost phase, show you exactly how to track what you've been missing, and make sure you never guess your prices again. I'll put the link in the description box. I'd love to see you there. Let's fix your costs so your business can finally pay you, not just your suppliers and staff.